My name is Dr. T. Nguyen with First Response Urgent Care here in Port Arthur and Lumberton. Now I started triathlon or Ironman 3 years ago by chance, and since the pandemic I started running. That was dealing with a lot of the stress of all the chaos of the world and taking care of patients, and so I resorted to running a lot. And at that time I had a heel spur discovered, and so I had to stop running, and I was introduced to triathlon by a brother-in-law, and I didn't know how to swim at that time, but I figured it'd be something new that I can tackle, and so I signed up to participate, and since 3 years now we've been doing it annually with a team. Now I feel like it's becoming a way of life. It's a healthy style. That's why I formed a team and continue doing it myself. The team is just to let people know that all ages and size and whatever it is, illness, and you can do stuff and help your health being active. You don't need to be doing triathlon or a marathon. You just get out there, brisk walk and jog, 5K, whatever that you can do to help your health. And that's what my goal is for the last 3 years here, to spread the word, to let people know by setting an example, especially to the patients that I've treated or encountered. I want them to know that I'm active, I take care of them, but I want them to think about taking care of themselves the way I take care of myself, because I plan to be here for a long time to take care of them, so I need to be healthy, and that's why I formed a team and spread the word and get change. Whether I can change one person's way of life or thousands, it doesn't matter. I believe in doing a positive thing to my community. This is where I grew up, so I want to lead that by example, and hopefully my patient and the people I know around me see and start doing stuff to change their life. Don't have to be extreme.
I am doing Ironman just to inspire everyone around us that no matter what the case is, no matter what kind of sport you do or any kind of physical activity you do, you can promote health and wellness with yourself, and it can also inspire others. I was also really inspired to do this race to show my family, especially our 1-year-old kiddo, that you can do hard things and that anything is really possible if you put your mind to it, and if you prioritize yourself, it'll help you prioritize others too.
I am Jenny Rawls from Lumberton, and this is my second full Ironman. It's just a sport that I love and want to continue to do and see what my body can do. I feel like Ironman and triathlon in general just keeps me healthy and active and gives me a good goal to reach for. Signing up for a race just keeps me motivated and keeps me training. But I love that I found the Fruit team. They've been very supportive. It's just like having a big team of cheerleaders. It's hard to find at our age and doing what we do, but they're some amazing people. They keep us motivated, keep us very involved with the community, always letting us sign up for races in the community, and just being active with everybody with the same goals is pretty fun to see. My goal is to finish. I do want to beat my time from Waco. It was just under 16 hours, so I want to do a little bit faster than that, but I'm a little concerned with the weather conditions and the wind, so we'll see what tomorrow brings.
name's David Dang. I'm 32 years old, from Houston, Texas. I am a registered nurse. I got into triathlons last year. Didn't know how to swim well, so over the course of the year, went from swimming maybe 25 yards to now 4,200 yards for an Ironman swim. Got into triathlons because I wanted to do things that seemed impossible and make it possible. And just like the Ironman slogans, anything is possible, and I like doing hard things. My goal is just to finish the Ironman, because this has been a dream since high school. So this is a dream that has been in progress for the last 15 years. And I finally took the opportunity to do it, and hopefully tomorrow I'll see y'all at the finish line.
My name is Kento. I live in Netherlands, Texas, and I work for Lamar State College Port Arthur as athletic trainer. So I work with the student athletes for their medical needs. And I also teach exercise science classes there. So this is my third Ironman, my second Ironman Texas, and my first one was in Waco, and I did Galveston the half Ironman before too.
What's your goal tomorrow?
Just better than last time. One of my motto is better than yesterday. So be good on bike and don't start the run too hard. I did that last year, and I gassed out at the end. So take it nice and easy, enjoy the race, enjoy the view, because we got a lot of cheering squad. Don't let them down. Just give all I got, and make them proud, accomplish my goal. That's what's gonna happen tomorrow.
Release the tiger.
Setting up their bikes right now, getting air pumped in their tires, getting their bottles put on, getting their computers set up, and they're also dropping some of their nutrition at their special needs bags and T1, T2 bags.
How's their training been going?
Well, they've been keeping up with everything, getting in their long, crucial sessions, and I think they're ready to go.
What's going through their minds right now?
Well, they're most excited about the swim being wetsuit legal, so they can wear their wetsuits this morning. That'll help save some energy. But I think the winds, they're most probably concerned about the winds on the Hardy. But if you do it right, it can be a really fast ride out there.
So there were some hiccup at the beginning of the day. During transition, we were there to prep our bike and all that. And I found out one of my valve of my tire, or the tube, has broke off. So technically I had a flat tire, but it needs to be changed from the inside, not just to pump it up and that's it. So at that moment I was a little bit panicky, because I haven't dealt with it for a whole year since the last Ironman. So I wasn't sure, and we had like 15 minutes before they kick us out of transition. So luckily, during the chaos, my teammates said, get them to the Ironman tent, and they help you. And so I rushed up there, and they were helping other people changing and fixing the tire and changing the valve and all that. So I was a little relief. And so anyway, they took it in, and they helped me fix it, and I got out of the transition, put the bike back, get out of the transition zone, and head down to the swim start, but without feeling a little bit panicky at the moment to start off my day of the long day of the race day.
American Championship, and they're doing it 5 seconds.
My swim was eventful. As far as the swim goes, I'm just notorious for having panic attacks in open water. I don't know what it is. Is it the fear of the unknown below me, or just all the people kicking and punching you in the water? Probably just all of the above. And I've only had one open water swim race where I never had a panic attack, and that was the half Ironman at Waco in October. So I thought, oh, well, maybe during the race environments, like half Ironman or Ironman, I won't have panic attacks because of the adrenaline and just focusing on the goal. I was in the same group as Jenny and Dr. T, so we were just waiting for our turn to be let into the water, and I just remember feeling so anxious and nauseous and feeling like I was going to throw up. And once I got in the water, I have this method where I just count to 8 to focus on something else to prevent a panic attack from happening. So I started doing slow strokes and counting to 8 in my head, and I was thinking, okay, well, I'm doing okay so far, no panic attack yet. And once I hit about the 300-yard mark, I felt it coming. And I started treading water, trying to take deep breaths. I look to my left about 7 feet, and I see Dr. T looking at me and watching this all unfold. And he's just saying, relax, just breathe, relax, as I'm gasping for air. So I flip over on my back, and I'm just thinking to myself, come on. Like, you did not make it 300 yards into the swim to quit. You have another 140 miles left to do, and you could literally see the swim start. Like, it would be very sad if you got plucked out of the water right now with all the training and the hard work that you've put in. So I just angry talked myself into going and continuing forward. And the rest of the swim was pretty smooth. I still kept getting kicked and punched at in the water, but I was able to stay calm and overcame that and finished the swim unscathed.
Go Kento! 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 Go! I made it to the Hardy Tollway. The cyclists are out here. Going this way, there is a huge freaking headwind. Going back, there's a nice tailwind. So they're flying going this way, struggling going this way.
The bike was rough. The winds were blowing anywhere between 20 miles an hour average, with gusts up to 36. So the first 15 miles they were good, they were fine. But once we got to the Hardy, that's when the wind picked up. We were going southbound on the Hardy toll roads, but we were having headwinds that were soul crushing. They were relentless. We were traveling maybe 8 to 10 miles an hour all the way down. But you know, when we went back northbound with the tailwind, we were sailing, going anywhere between 25, 27 miles an hour. After special needs, personal needs, we hit the winds again, and I was telling myself, like, I remember telling myself, why are we here? Like, why am I doing this again? Because this headwind was hitting us. I was tired, it was hot, my muscles were tired, and then right at like a few miles after personal need, I remember going over the handlebar and ended up just laying on the ground, and I was like, what in the world just happened? Well, I looked back and I had hit a cone that was brogue that someone had tipped over, and it was 2 feet from the other cones. The bike mechanic just happened to be passing by and said, hey, are you okay? Well, you know, my back wheel was rubbing on my brakes. So we ended up just doing some mechanical things and getting it back up to speed. So it wasn't rubbing anymore, but it still was rubbing. We couldn't remedy it 100%. So as we were going, I go back on the road, and I hear this voice behind me. It says, hey, you know, how are you doing? Do you need anything? And it's just Amanda. It's like, oh, well, you know, this really just sucks. You know, I was tired. I was wondering how I was going to make this work because I'm barely meeting the cutoff for the bike within that 10.5-hour window. But what about the run afterwards? I still had to complete the run under 7 hours, so I was really concerned that I was not going to make it in time. But Amanda said, yeah, like, let's just go. And so we went. That was at mile 60, and when going with Amanda, we were going, you know, sometimes a mile, 2 miles faster an hour. I felt more relaxed. The second loop was actually way better than the first. We were traveling faster. And that was that. And it shows you that when you travel with someone or you go with someone, it's much easier than doing it by yourself.
I knew, you know, it was going to be very windy, and I had a game plan already set in, certain pace that I will go out against the wind, and then coming back and all that, so that I can make the cut with no surprise. But on my second loop, heading out there, the cutoff is at 3:30 for you to be at mile 83. So when I was fighting the wind the second loop at about 76 mile, I look at my watch and I knew that I had a lot of time at a 12 mile an hour pace. I will make the cutoff no problem. But unfortunately, I was during my hard fight against the wind. One of the assistant of the course who helped to change tire, he was following me side by side, and he alerted to me that I had a flat tire. I didn't realize I had a flat tire because I was fighting hard against the wind. And so anyway, my heart dropped. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm crunching for time. And he knew it because that stretch, everyone who's facing that direction is trying to make the cutoff. And so he was guarding that stretch to help people like myself. And so luckily he caught it. And so he had me pull over, and I wasn't sure how long it would take him. And he knew that I was in a hurry and all that. And luckily, he was a very good technician there. He fixed it in less than 2 minutes, about 2 minutes, and he got me out on the road again, going again. And the good thing is that he actually followed me on his motor scooter to make sure that everything was fine. And after about 2 miles, I felt like I had another flat, so I pulled over just to check on my tire, and I didn't have another flat. And I saw the gentleman passing me by, and so he was watching out for me. So that was a good part about helping the participant and the athletes on the important stretch. And so I made it through the cut with spare time. So, but still, at that time you still have another 25 mile plus, actually about 40 miles or so, 30 miles or so. And I was really praying that no more flat or any bike issues, because that can actually make or break your race if it's going to happen again like that. So fortunately, I came in with no problem, and I discovered that the tire was flat the next day after the Ironman. So very lucky I made it in the bike time without the flat again.
Let's go, Kento! Goku doesn't even like them. Woohoo! Go, Jenny! One more leg! Woohoo! Hug your mama! Woo! Hug your mama!
Sub 4 coming up right here.
Let's see how it goes. Let's see.
So being on Team Farouk is amazing. It's a great opportunity for all of us athletes to be a part of. Seeing your teammates on the course with you, wearing the same uniforms and the bright neon that you can't miss, it does give you a different level of energy, seeing your teammates, passing them, or seeing them anywhere on the course. And then seeing the Iron Cheer Squad and just all the neon colors cheering for you as you pass. It's very motivational and encouraging, and just gives you that extra energy that you need when you may be feeling like, tired on the course.
Good job, Kento. How you feeling?
Oh man, Kento's about to, well, he's probably on his last loop, so coming in for the finish in about 8 miles, and then the rest are on their, Jenny's on her second loop, coming into the second half of that, and then the other three, David, Amanda, and T, are all on their first loop. They've been doing well with the conditions. I think the wind is pretty brutal out there on the course is what I hear, so they did well.
What part was the toughest for you?
So it was the run, just because it was the end, and then also I have new challenge this Ironman, which I didn't have the last two. Was I had a little bit of GI system issue. It's a very long day, working out on your feet, running, biking, swimming. So people doesn't realize, but managing your digestive system, nutrition is very, very, very important. Not just taking enough calories and hydration. You need to keep your GI tract healthy. I had some lesson learned from previous races, but something new came up, and I was fighting through that on the run as well. It is like individual race, but we had really, really great teammate, coach, people support us, cheering squad. I'm very grateful for them. People on the run, unless you are fighting for a spot for the world championship, I found many people end up walking on the run part, and I'm pretty good at making friends, but I made many friends on the run part, talking to them. One of them was, he said it was his 25th year doing Ironman races. So while I was walking, talking to him was great. Kind of distraction from the physical toughness, but at the same time, he gave me a lot of good advice on not only the Ironman, he gave me really good some life advice as well. So that's the thing about Ironman. People are very dedicated for the race, you need to be very disciplined to finish the race, training every day. So that was one of the highlights for me, talking to the gentleman.
Whenever we first started the run, I told David, okay, we gotta make it out of T2 really quickly. We have less than 10 minutes to make it out of here just to make sure that we have enough cushion. So we got out of T2 and started our run. And whenever we were making our first loop, we made it through Hippie Hollow, which was an awesome experience. And then being able to see our friends and family cheer by the Marriott on the waterway on that first loop was just very special. And I may or may not have teared up seeing our parents and our son. And it just motivated us to keep moving forward. But once the sun started setting and it started getting dark out, the environment changes a whole lot. There's still spectators and people cheering for you, but on the back end of the course, which is in a really heavily wooded area and it's very dark, it kind of gets lonely and you get in your thoughts. It's a lot more silent because there's less cheering, and we had our headlamps on to just prevent us from tripping and missing any steps, but it was silent and you could just hear the frogs croaking and the crickets chirping, and you could hear your footsteps and your heavy breathing. And it just, all that silence allowed for negative thoughts to kind of get into your head. So we tried our best to shoo those thoughts away and kept talking to each other, kept motivating each other. And around mile 16, we saw our friend Jimmy, who was a huge encouragement for us, gave us words of encouragement and positivity, which helped us keep moving forward. And on those last 2 laps of seeing our family on the waterway, it was just very special and always something to look forward to.
Go, go, go!
Looking good, brother. Man, that wind was crazy out there, huh? It was crazy in here. So I can't imagine how bad it was out there.
Worse than the other here.
Oh yeah, no, it was bad.
Our team had the best cheer crew around, and then that's organized by no other than my wife. And children and family, extended family, in-laws and all that. It actually made us more energetic to go through, even though, you know, at the end of the whole race, this is a marathon now. It's 26.2 miles after all that swim and 112-mile bike in the heat and wind and all that. You're totally drained, but with that energy and excitement, it does push you and give you extra boost of energy to come around one more loop, because one more loop it'll be like another 8 miles, and then you look forward to that, seeing that. See my little boy last year, saw my mom, she gave me a hug and kiss like a little kid, and so it's just all together, it's just more like a family event, and that helped push us through. Definitely. If I had done it without any of those, I can't say that it would be the same. But yeah, she put together a very nice crew, cheering and all that. In fact, they actually cheer for the other family of the participant who didn't have many people to cheer for. So that's a good thing, because it's an Ironman community. So, and that's it's all what's all about. Helping each other get through a hard day in life or in, you know, whatever you do. And that shows on the Ironman course lots of time, and I can see that.
Go, Jenny!
first together.
You are an Ironman couple!
My name is David, and I'm an Ironman.
I'm Amanda Fernando, and I'm an Ironman.
My name is Jenny Rawls, and I'm an Ironman.
My name is Kento, and I am an Ironman.
My name is Dr. T. Wynn with First Response Urgent Care, and I am your hometown Iron Doctor. So hopefully my patients see this, and I'm not asking them to do Ironman or triathlon, but the idea is movement or activity, you know, that helps as you get older and older.